hype. I am your system and automation. I am your system and automation specialist, and this is kind of different for me being here in the afternoon. I'm excited to be here. If you're here, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, say hi, whatever. Today, what we are talking about is anything that you want. Completely honest here. You guys have a question, I have an answer. One of the questions that came up that someone asked about, and I was really excited about because I think it was Stephanie asked it, said, what do I feel you have to have automated? So that's actually probably one of the best questions out there. Why? Because we all have our own opinions. However, there are certain things that I think everyone needs to have automated no matter what business you're in. And that is booking that call with you. People need to talk to you. People need to have those conversations with you. People need to enjoy, they don't want a whole lot of steps. They don't want a whole lot of information. What they want is, they want things to go click, 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 click. And you don't want them to drop off the list because that would totally suck. So that's the biggest thing. I want them to fill out a form, whatever it is, get started with me, talk to me. Let's talk. Then I want them to book that call. I want them to say, Dana, I want to talk to you. I see your time slots and I am picking this one. Once they pick that one, I want them to be reminded of it. I want them to continue on their way, whether I have hey, I need a more detailed questionnaire that I'd really, really like you to fill out like now, or whether I would like them to do something else. I think that those type of things are really important. Why? Because you're hearing them. You're also seeing that they want to talk to you. You're seeing that they're there. You're whatever it is. You're getting their information. The biggest parts of this are making sure A, you have a calendar. B, you are asking questions that qualify that client. Because, and you all know I'm going to throw out bookkeepers here because I love you all. If you are charging $50 a month for bookkeeping, please back up and let's start over. But a lot of people, they'll come to you and say, oh, I can't afford more than $50 a month. No, you need to be saying, I love you all, but my rates start at $250 a month. Those type of things, so that when they go to your site, they click on it. Hey, I'm interested in your services. Ask the dang question. Are you ready to invest $250 a month into your business? And one of the things I like is saying, are you ready to invest? Because it is an investment I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're an admin. I don't care if you design social media graphics. I don't care if you design websites. If you're a bookkeeper, it doesn't make a difference. It is an investment in their business. And when we do that, fine. Now we've qualified them, and you can kind of take a look at those answers, because I do a backup question with that says, hey, it's going to be, hey, I can't afford that right now, but do you have a referral? I can be completely honest with you. I cannot refer anyone for $50 a month. Just saying, there is no one out there that I know of that will do bookkeeping for that low of a price, but I have been asked it. I've been told that, their budget is this. But it's really helped out also when people have come to me for my services and they've asked for, they're like, I don't have anything in there. I think, where they've said that, hey, I can only afford like $500 and half of my stuff is already set up. Do you know anyone that can do this for me? And I'm like, absolutely. Let's do it. I'm actually going to do just one thing really quick, because I don't know if On the main page. Michelle, it's on the main page. Because it will not let me go in here and add the link. So, I'm going to add a post in here and say that I'm live on the main page, live on the main group page. Grow. Here we go. All right. Hopefully it will be there. So, Michelle, I hope that you get in. Let me know. I stuck it over there on the thing, and so I like StreamYard because it will record it a lot better than the Facebook Live, and I had issues with the Facebook Live, so I switched over. Thank you very much for showing up. So these are a couple of the things that we look for. We look for, if we're starting out. I had someone contact me the other day, and they're just starting out, and I totally get that. I totally understand that you do not have X number of dollars to have me do your entire automation system. I get it, okay? But there's other options, such as like we're doing the free challenge Monday through Wednesday of next week. Again, I'm super excited about that. It's from 12 to 1. And it's completely free. And a lot of people have asked me, can it be used for other businesses besides bookkeeping, even though I am focusing on bookkeepers? Absolutely. Why? Because we're customizing the whole thing. The person is going through the system. Why? Because it's going to give them a landing page. They can book the call. It's got the emails in there. It's all done and it's all set up. And we're just going to customize it for everyone. And we're going to go through and how to do it. So it kind of helps you out. And these are the type of things, because I think that that is the most important part of any type of automation. Why? Because we do not want to lose these people. We do not want to go into the endless pit of emails that we have. And I don't even want to tell you how many emails I have right now that are not open, not done. They're there, and some of them I need to read, some of them I don't, but there's 50 million of them. We don't want our leads to go away. So instead of going back and forth, I honestly think that lead capture to booking a call is your first priority. Get these people on the phone, get the questions asked, get the questions answered that you need to do. I think that there was another question over on my main page, and I'm going to go check that out. And guys, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead, put them in the chat. Let me know. So Tanya asked, how do you find time to slow down and get your automation done so you can have more time? That's awesome. It's actually, we don't have time. I mean, we really don't. You shouldn't have seen my Monday. My Monday was out of control. Why? Because it was the first day of school. The toddler was like running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I have no clue what he was doing. I don't know why, but he wanted everything and he needed everything done now. We all know that. This is just how kids are. And so we have to roll with it in our business. So once you get the idea set up in your head of what you want, take it piece by piece. You don't have to do everything all at once. Get the big things out of the way. Okay? Get the big things. The big things are the lead capture. Like I just said, get them on the phone. Get them on the phone and talk to them. Ask the questions. From there, you can wing it. Even for the first time that I was working with something, I didn't have automations in place. I got people on the phone, booked them, and I manually sent them the invoices and contracts and everything else. At the time, I was using Adobe, and I was just, winging it with Calendly or whatever. So it's getting them on the phone and things like that. So Lexi's asking, what is the best time management with doing everything? So I like to block my time with, and I don't even know why my daughter is asking this, because I color code my world. You know that you had a color coded world when when we were at the farmhouse. So, but it doesn't always go through with everything. So with time management, it really is blocking your time and dedicating your time to that. So going back with Tanya's and mixing it with Lexi's comment, question, you've got, how do you find the time to slow down? You make it. You put it in your calendar. Hold on. Let me see if, I don't know. Let me see if I can let me share my screen really quick. Share. Look, that is my calendar. It shows that I'm out of the office. This is Lexi's actual schedule. She's looking at it. These are all my slots. These are my time slots I have open. These are other things that I have going on. This is guest sessions that I had going with Keep that are out there. I mean, it's all there. Had an appointment with this morning with Carly going over everything. 17 Hats is awesome. I am a 17 Hats. I have a 17 Hats ambassador. I am one. So, it's cool. You can do all of that stuff. You can do a lot of different things. 17 Hats is really, really cool. So it's a lot of fun. There's a couple different blocky things that 17 Hats does. I did do a build inside of 17 Hats. I need to perfect it for my bookkeepers. Same type of concept that I'm building over in Keep. Keep's just easier to build because it's picture oriented. And if anyone knows me, I love pictures. So if a client needs a certain time, but you have it blocked, what do you do? It really depends. Can I give up that time? For example, tomorrow I am off. My calendar is marked off. Does it mean that I'm not going to work? No, because I have projects that I need to wrap up. But I won't accept calls tomorrow. So, because that's me. It's too distracting for me to stop and start. So I won't do anything like that tomorrow. I might jump on live because we're running down to the last days for people to sign up for the free automation challenge that I'm doing next week. But I'll take a look. I had to physically set boundaries. I had to say no, and I had to stop. I had to stop saying yes to everyone. At the very beginning, I said yes to everyone, to be honest with you. And last year, I was it was insane. I was booking calls like at 7:00 at night, 7:00 in the morning. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I had to set my own schedule. I had to say no. I had to say this time is blocked off because I cannot always do it. So if you block the time off and if you make it generic enough, like for example, if you say that you are going to be working on your business from, I don't know, we're going to say from 10 to 12, okay? You still make that space free within your calendar so that people can still book calls during that time. but it means that you are working on your business during that time. If it's a time that you need to focus on a certain client or a certain project that you're doing, then don't accept calls during that time. Um, I don't accept calls most of the time during lunch. I also don't do it. That's honestly because I really would like to eat lunch. Now, granted, I just ate lunch and it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Not my usual thing to do. I don't appreciate doing it. I don't like doing it, but I lost track of time. Um, it's just, it's one of those things. So, what I usually do is I will set my block up and keep it free. When I started, I would do like, let's see, and I was doing admin. And Lexi, I know that that's what you're starting out doing. So, I'll comment on that. With doing admin work, I would put in my email clients. So I would do and most of my clients, for some odd reason, were on the West Coast. And their goal was to have their email done before they got up. Email sorted, cleaned up, everything done before they woke up. Awesome, right? Because at 9 o'clock my time is 6 o'clock their time. And so, by 9 o'clock in the morning, that was the goal, to have all their emails done. So I would get up, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'd be on. And for email, doesn't take that long once we got everything set up and a system in place. And again, you need a system in place of what you're going to do. And it's different for each client, but each client would only take like 5 minutes. And so from 9 until say 9:30, I would block off people just to do their email. And I would actually block off email clients, and I wouldn't accept calls from 9 to 9:30. Then from 9:30 to whatever, 9:30 to, I don't know, we'll make it easy. We'll say 11 o'clock. So for an hour and a half, I'm doing other client work. Then I'll take my lunch break. Awesome. Got to have a lunch break. Then I'd come back and maybe I'd work an hour on my own business, of all the promotional crap that you have to do to start and click your own business in. Now, there was a point I started doing where all of my own posts I would actually do on Sunday. I would actually go through, do all my posts on Sunday. That's it. And I would schedule them. I used a scheduler or whatever, and they all went out. Everyone was happy. And it was just okay. I didn't need to do it. I also scheduled my time for browsing through social media. So, and I only did that when I was drinking coffee in the morning. So I'd get up, I'd have my cup of coffee, and I'd scroll through social media, and I would sit there and I would put in all my stuff. I'd go around and I'd help people that needed it in different groups. I'd go and answer messages, whatever. And then I would get off and I would work on whatever system I was working on. I ended up breaking it down a little bit different, where I would actually do it from, I did bigger blocks is pretty much what I did. And I would just say I was out of office during certain times. So certain times I would say, hey, I'm out of office from this time to this time. I am not out of the office from this time to this time. So, but my goal was to do it this way. And then I also have, as many people know, I am like in love with dry erase boards. I think that my husband keeps telling me he won't do them on all my walls, and it's really kind of upsetting because I could totally use an entire room as a dry erase board. Because I write everything on them and I wipe them off or whatever. But what I do is I actually have the clients that I'm working on in the top 3 things that I need to do for them each day. I do the same thing now. I'm using my Google Tasks for that. And that it pops up on my phone, and it's a little doohickey on my phone, a widget thing. It's on my phone and it's happy. So there's a lot of tips and tricks that you can do. But once you get certain things done, like having a system where they can go ahead and they can book a time with you that it's there to, versus going back and forth. Because especially with the millions of time zones that there are, so many people get confused. Is it Eastern Standard Time? Is it Pacific Time? Is it Mountain Time? Do you deal with daylight savings? Do you not deal with daylight savings? Oh my gosh. I mean, and don't even get me going across the world, because talking to people in Bali, that cracks me up, because it is a 7 a.m. our time is 7 p.m. their time. So, and it's really scary that I know this, but it's because I know this, because I know what's going to happen. So I can send them a link and say, look, these are the times that I have. If it is a client that is across the pond, so to speak, I will probably make some adjustments. My Australian clients, I work with them. I don't know what the time difference is. I think it's like a whole day. I mean, it's nuts. I usually talk to my UK people in the afternoon, and sometimes I'll extend it. So that's what a lot of it has to do with. It's coming up with your schedule, though. I know, Lexi, I know that you have it where, you'd rather work more towards the evening time because that's the schedule that you're on. And so there's nothing wrong with setting your schedule to say that you'll take calls until 7 o'clock at night. Would I go too much past that? Not really. But that's me. And so, because it kind of can cut into a couple other things, and you'll find your schedule that you want to work the more you work and the more that you do things. Setting up an automation, though, where they say, okay, I want this, and it's set up and it's done and it goes, is priceless. Because you want to ask them the questions. What do they want to talk to you about? What do they want to do with this? Do you understand that my rate is this? Some people you will bill hourly, some people you'll do on retainer. It really just depends on where you want to go. So there's a lot of different things there. But with time blocking, you can, like Tanya was saying, she doesn't have time to set this stuff up. And I totally get it. So make the time. You have to put it in your calendar. You have to do it if you are setting it up yourself. And 9 times out of 10, the reason why people hire me to do their setups is not because they actually want to pay me. To be honest with you, they don't all want to pay me. They don't have time to do it. They don't have time to do the research into all the different systems. They don't have time to do all of that stuff. And if you don't have time to do all that stuff, how the hell are you supposed to get it done? We all have businesses outside of setting up our own systems. And I can tell you flat out, all of my systems, I mean, oh my gosh, if Lorianne was here, she'd probably laugh hysterically. She is my new operations manager, and she asked me the other day, where are your own systems and processes? And it's all up here. So, Michelle, yes, I can help you with 17 hats. Seriously, message me, book a call, and we can get that all done. And it's danasacco.co/call me. I'll put that up here. Oh, I can't do it. It doesn't like it, but I'll put it right below you. Ambassador. Oops. I am one. I don't want that. So yeah, it all depends on what you want to have done. It all depends on a lot of different things. Now my thing has just started playing on my other computer. It won't let me type though in the comments. But yes, it can totally be done. It can all be set up. That's what I do. I set up systems. We also decide, to be honest with you, right now, most of the time, this is the funniest part, is that I talk to people, and my first question, we go through the entire process to determine if the system that they have chosen is actually the system that they need. That goes into what do you want it to do. So there's always things. I have a couple things that are now big for me, and one of them is actually text marketing. I was kind of surprised that I would be so thrilled with this, but it's really cool. So yes, I do help with that. Yes, I do that. You can send me a message and not a problem. But there's a couple of the things that I also like to make sure are automated. And every system out there has some sort of reminder system that, hey, you have an appointment coming up. Is checking whether or not I have found, and this is kind of mixed here, but for a couple months I used systems that did not text people a reminder. And when I did that, I had more people not show up to meetings than I have ever had. As soon as I went back to a system that texts people that says, hey, dude, we've got a meeting in 30 minutes, I've had more people show up. So these are the type of things I enjoy setting up for people. I enjoy walking everyone through. I have systems set up for things. I think it's extremely important to have it. No matter how small your business is, you need certain things set up. You need to have a way for people to contact you. You need to have a way for people to answer questions for you, and all of that stuff. You need to have it in place. That is the biggest thing. Finding time, again, mark it on your calendar. Say that you are out of office. You are not doing anything else. If you have a partner that can help watch kids or whatever during that time, do it. Use it. If you need to go somewhere else, I cannot go to a coffee shop. Besides the fact I do not like Starbucks. Y'all can do whatever and you can scream at me all you want, but I do not like Starbucks. But I can't work in a place like that. I'm too much of a people watcher. But if you can work in a place like that, then go. See if you can find someone to help you out and go for a couple hours to get something done. Even if it's 2 hours, whatever. You need to have a little bit of time. Most of my business stuff that I do for my business is actually done first thing in the morning. It's done between 5 and 6:30. Why? Because that's the time I wake up, and the 6:30 is the time that the toddler shows up. Bonus is if the toddler spends the night and he actually sleeps in, it's like golden time, and I might have until 8:30. So it depends. Those are the type of things that I look for. I don't even track that on my calendar because that is my time to do my CEO stuff. Fix my funnels that I'm working on, fix the automations, add automations. That's my time to do it. Appointment reminders, I think, are very important. What was the rest of it? The lead capture, automation. Onboarding comes next. I really do think that onboarding helps. Automating it is amazing. It makes it so that you are not freaking out or chasing clients for stuff. So like I just did one build and it was inside of Keep, and he's a bookkeeper and he had his build and we were going to build it in something else and it doesn't do everything he wants it to do. So we switched over to something else because he works too much from his phone. And if you work too much from your phone, I'll tell you right now, I don't, until DUBSADO decides to come out with some sort of app for people that doesn't like allow them into their workflows, then I really prefer them not to use DUBSADO if they're on their phone. So we built it in Keep, and it walks after someone signs a contract. I mean, his contract's in a totally different system. And so we shoot him over there and we bring him back, and then it just walks them through it. Every time that a questionnaire is completed, awesome, thank you very much. Here's your next one. And that way they have little small bites that they can eat, and fill out a questionnaire. And it walks them all the way through, and thank you very much. But he has a pre-qualifying questionnaire. And so we have this really nice questionnaire that goes out. Thank you for booking an appointment. Here's the questionnaire I need you to fill out beforehand. Then we actually templated all of his not a good fit emails. Now, I got to tell you something. Some of them, I wouldn't send them. But that's how he wants to run his business. That's how he wants to run his business. And I loved it because we were like, okay, if you tag him with this, then he gets sent an email. One of the things, I think it's in 17 Hats. I'd have to double check this, but I think that I know that it was in one of them, but until you confirm their appointment, the appointment's not technically on the calendar. So that's kind of cool because I know with Funnel Gorgeous, with their calendar system, you can actually have them go through this whole thing. They request an appointment. They fill out a form when they request the appointment, and then you can decide whether or not they're a good fit and automatically send them through. If they're not a good fit, then you cancel the appointment. If someone, for me, if someone tells me that they are not ready to invest, there's a couple different ways that I do it. I will say, okay, these are the options that you have. Like I have one where it's a 90-minute call where we map everything out and I hand it over to you. And these are the exact steps you need to take. And that's less than $300. Then I have going up to gosh knows what, completely doing an entire build and not touching it. You just walk in, that's over 2,000. So, those type of things, I let them know ahead of time, or, okay, well, I've got this option for you. So there's different ways to do everything. And by doing that, sometimes it's scary. It terrified me the moment I put that question on my questionnaire. However, the clients that I got are a lot better than the ones that I was getting at the time for next to nothing. So that's, I love all my clients. I could not say that last year. So it's one of those things that it's kind of like, okay, what do you need me to do? What is all this stuff? And we go from there. So if anyone has any other questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I am going to let everyone go back to work and take a break, and I will drop those things. Let me do a quick thing here. If you are a bookkeeper and if you're on the replay or whatever, or anyone that's in here, we are doing the free challenge this coming Monday through Wednesday, August 23rd through 25th. It is 100% free. 100%. You get to try out Keep, see if you're a good fit for Keep. You get my mini workflow uploaded. We're going to go from booking calls. You get a landing page, guys. You don't even need anything else. You don't need another fancy website. You can forward everyone over here. I mean, it's not a problem at all. It's completely fine to send them to a landing page where they can book a call or they can fill out a form. So now they fill out a form. Thank you for filling out a form. Now you send them to a questionnaire. It is 100% done for you. We are going to walk you through how to customize it. And again, it is 100% free. The doors are still open. They will close on Monday when we get started, because after that, then there would be too much catch up. It is not in the Facebook group. This has been a major question. A lot of people have asked me, and they've asked if I'm saving it in the Facebook group. No. Will there be replays? Absolutely. There are replays for the people who are in it and registered. If you are not a bookkeeper, we can still customize it for you. It's generic enough that you can, since we are going through every single thing, you can do it. But I'm also going to be having just for anyone who's interested, a virtual assistant one as well. So I will drop that link in there. I'll drop the link in there also. And Michelle, awesome. I'll get your message in just a minute. And then I will see you all later. Have a great day and have a great afternoon.